Now, we're now joined by Counselor to the President, Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne, I want to first play for you some of the challenges we saw down at the border last week. Let's watch.
Miami. We have to remove from the field patrols to fill bottles. And the good thing is, many of us are parents, so we know how to change diapers and we know how to feed bottles.
¿Tienes amigos en los Estados Unidos?
Tengo una amiga cerca de Washington.
Oh, Washington, D.C.
Sí.
Oh, okay.
I see the video right there because this guy put a video on the internet. I see the video how do you do it to cross. And you can see it on YouTube.
He sees goes on YouTube, figures out how to cross because he gets picked up by the Border Patrol, then released within 24 hours. So, Kellyanne, after seeing this, my instinct is to say, why not deal and focus all of the administration's rhetoric on that? That's Dan's right. It is a raging fire at the border right now, a fire of humanity endangering themselves and our country. And yet we're talking about legal immigration. I'm not getting that.
No, well, there's 2 points to the president's big proposal today, Laura, and one is full and final border security, which he's been talking about for the 4 years he's been running for and being president. The second part is the modernization and merit-based immigration system. You at least went down to the border. The president's plan today does the same thing. He's talking to the professionals at the border. What do they need? He's not bothering with the people behind you in Congress because they failed to act. They can just fix Flores. They can fix TVPRA so that we as a country, Flores is the court decision that compels us to release kids after 20 days. We have no opportunity other than to do that. They can fix that. The people right behind you can do it. But they failed to act, so the president's taking it on. But this is full and final border security first. We will have 1 million people coming to this country now this year illegally. And I think when some people hear catch and release, they may not be aware that catch and release means release into the interior, not release back to their home country. They hear that, like, well, that's a good idea. For years, the flow was single males from Mexico. They could be returned to their home country. We're not allowed to do that now with the flow of children and adults.
But what's the purpose of this plan? I mean, I think there's a lot of good stuff in this plan.
There's 2 big things. One is
what's the purpose? It's not legislation.
Well, it would be if we could even get the Democrats to read the plan and come and talk to us about it. But this president wants full and final border security. So it means you close all the loopholes at the border. You give these border security agents what they've been asking for, which includes more technology, the barrier, the wall. We're going to have about 400 miles of it done soon. Even the newspapers are starting to say that. It caught my eye that the Washington Post ABC poll reported that there's 17% increase among Democrats from January, when Chuck and Nancy said manufacturer crisis, to April. They're calling it a crisis now. They've seen the pictures. But border security means exactly that. It means closing the loopholes, having that barrier.
Well, you just said that Congress is not going to do it. And let me tell you about Richard Blumenthal from my home state, one of my least favorite.
Honestly, with all
but he says it's despicable demagoguery. So you put this out there. So my question is this really a 2020 platform for all Republicans?
That's up to the Congress. We would love for them to come to the White House tomorrow and find a way to act on this, at least read it. That is dismissive demagoguery by Blumenthal. It doesn't even matter if he's not going to read it and consider it. But this is not a 2020 document. If the Congress can act now, we're interested in 2019. So in addition to full border security, it also just modernizes a system that has not been touched since 1965, 54 years. So members of Congress certainly are never term limited, but fresh and creative ideas for immigration were term limited a long time ago.
I think it makes sense. I mean, the idea of just endless family members coming over.
Look, a lot of people are vested in the status quo. So this focuses on the immediate family, not just, adding some items.
So you could still sponsor minor children and spouses.
And parents. There's no question.
Yeah. Now, why is E-Verify not in it? A lot of us were really hoped. The president has talked about E-Verify so often. Stephen Miller is a big fan of E-Verify. If you stop the employment for these people, they won't come. Most of them are just economic migrants.
So this is not the final word. I think these are the 2 big fronts that we felt comfortable putting forward now because the president sees the urgency and the exigency of border security. And also, we want to shine a light on the fact that nobody in Congress has bothered to touch the legal immigration system in 54 years. Why is that? Because so many of them are vested in the status quo. They pretend they're worried about the children. They pretend they're worried about the families. If they were, they wouldn't be happy. They would do something about girls at the ages of our daughters being pumped up with birth control on their way on the treacherous journey and then tested for pregnancy when they get here. It's outrageous. They don't know what happens to those kids once they get here and they're released into the interior.
The kids were traumatized.
Of course they are. They've come all the way on that journey with no guarantee. They've been lied to by the coyotes who take their life savings and worse for many of them. So the Democrats, I think they want this as a 2020 issue. We like to resolve it in 2019.
Was there any thought of reducing the legal immigration numbers? 1.1 million. President ran in part on maybe re-examining that. Stephen Miller was always for lowering immigration until we get the border solved. Maybe pausing. I mean, people even said pausing immigration except for extreme cases.
But there's a reframing here. It's merit-based, which means that in this country, 12% of our illegal immigration comes from employability. 66 or so % comes from family ties.
Right?
This flips it. Canada already has it flipped. New Zealand has it flipped. So we're looking at a system that's more aligned with those other countries who, yes, welcome immigrants as we do. Also, Laura, this ridiculous raise the wage artificially or get minimum wage raised artificially. Our wages are now $22 an hour. We have 7.5 million available jobs.
Don't let them flood the country with more people. That'll start lowering wages. That's what the chamber wants.
People need to come here legally and get one of these 7.5 million jobs.
Kellyanne Conway, thanks for staying up late tonight. We really appreciate it.